What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. This whole time I've been giving Marc shit. This whole time I've been giving him shit. But now I have to question my own thoughts because now I'm starting to see the motives entirely too clear. And unfortunately, Marc played his hand too soon for me to piece this all together like this. Marc got the heads up from Joe and Ian to shoot persistently at Emanny and Queenzflip. And the reason I know this is because ever since Marc and Ish got into it over the flat earth nonsense, and I'm saying nonsense because of their spout, not because of the nonsense as in the rhetoric of flat earth. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and vehemently say the earth is round. But anyway, after that debacle that they got into, they never got into it again. Not once. And then I started to think about Marc and Parks. They've never got into it. Ever. No one ever gets into it with Parks, but they have never got into it. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then I think about Ice. Marc purposefully pulls back on Ice. He doesn't shoot in Ice's. Not only does he not shoot at Ice, he doesn't even shoot in Ice's direction. Okay. I've been calling Marc an intellectual bully this entire time. Everybody he talks to outside of those three people, including Joe, Marc has intellectually bullied or verbally bullied, however you want to look at it. So what makes them three special? Oh, wait. It might not be those three that are special. He just got the green light to shoot at everyone else. And initially, because of how he was treating Melissa Ford, I didn't think he had that green light with her. But then he started to turn up extra spicy on Melissa to the point where we no longer see her on the pod. And I just saw a recent interview that she did prior to the one she released on her own pod. I'm going to have to make a video on that because the comment section on that video let me know a lot of things happened in that interview that, we're going to have to speak on that later. But yeah, Melissa's gone. So Marc got the green light to shoot at her, and he's persistently shooting at Emanny and Queenzflip. Why is that? It's not because he views them as beneath him. And that's clear because Marc and Emanny have done shit outside the pod together. Flip and Marc is a different story. They really might not rock with each other. But if you've been given the green light by your boss, why hold back? And the reason I'm even saying this is because just recently Joe told Emanny and Flip to sit their happy ass down from the show, but then invited them back up to the actual place where they record the show, which is the Joe spot, to get food from Keno. And I remember this because Joe said this. He said he was talking to Flip and he told Flip, I sent a text to you and Emanny. Come up here and get some food. Now, I just spoke on my last video on why I think he's shooting at Emanny. But somebody made a very pertinent point in the comment section. They were like, hey, yo, Elevation, you brought it up, but I came to the conclusion that Flip is trying to play the buddy route with, Joe is trying to play the buddy route with Flip now because he sees that Flip is treating this like a job finally. And that's the thing that nobody wants to speak on. They said Flip has too many outbursts. He's rambunctious. He sings songs with his outbursts too much. He talks when nobody's trying to hear what he has to say. So, okay, I'll talk way less. On today's episode, I didn't even know Flip was there half the time until he spoke to Zaire trying to call him out. Like, oh shit, Flip is here. He's sitting in the main seat, right next to Joe. And that's another debacle we have to get on. How come that other couch hasn't shown up for the Newark boys yet? But anyway. So Flip is working now, but not to the way that you prefer, which is why you keep letting him get his fourth wall breaks off, which is why you keep letting people pester him on the pod, because you know he's going to react to said things. It's the same thing that he does with Ish when he brings up competitive shit with Ish, and it could be anything. He knows that's going to get Ish animated and it's going to get him to open up more. This is what he's doing to Flip by having everybody in that direction or in his vicinity shoot at Flip. The only person that's shooting at Flip to where I think is actually personal is Parks. And I already spoke on that. I think it's because of how he's treating Ian, not because of what he's doing to Joe. So if Marc has been given the green light, what is another thing that is making me come to this conclusion? Oh, and this is the kicker, guys. Marc is making Flip feel like an idiot currently because of this demotion, quote unquote. But what's one thing that everyone up there outside of Ish and Ice do? And these are the main co-hosts, Marc, Mona, and Flip now. They rotate days. Even Marc himself doesn't show up every single pod. But he has Flip thinking that something is wrong or he's been demoted because now they're working the same. And one thing that Flip keeps saying that is sticking out to me like a sore thumb that I know is hitting home with them too. Yeah, I might work as much as y'all, but I'm still getting paid as if I'm working 2 days. Why do you think Marc is trying to get Flip to believe that he's been demoted? It's not because he doesn't like Flip. That might be partially true. But Flip, if you're paying attention to this video, the next time you see Marc, ask him why he doesn't shoot at Parks, Ish, and Ice. And then his answer will give me the answer that I need going forward. This is an inside job, Flip. Emanny, possibly. Once again, Emanny is for different reasons because he's starting to grow on his own now. And Joe's not going to like that, especially once Emanny gets to a different level that Joe never thought he would reach. A lot of things are happening through Marc. One thing Marc said whenever Joe said that I told him that Marc was trying to take over the show, and Marc was like, it's not true. I think Marc's telling the truth. And he said that with certainty because he's following the rules Joe has implemented to him. I remember very early on when Marc came on the show, he was telling us that him and Joe were talking about what needed to be done. And initially it started with trying to establish an actual B mic. But what other conversations do you think were had behind the scenes to where Marc was talking spicy the way he was to them when he first came on? I'm going to have to start thinking deeper into the movements that Joe is making. Because even, let's be clear, even if he's not demoting Flip or telling Marc to shoot at them, he is absolutely getting the co-hosts to turn against each other as if they're fighting for a position. And in my mind, this position doesn't exist. This right-hand man or second in command to Joe doesn't exist. But if you give them the illusion that it does, and here's another kicker. I don't think Joe has an IP ready for this Thursday edition of the show that he's talking about. I don't think there's an idea at all in his head. But how do I get the people that work for me amped up even more, especially now that I have leaked this number? This is how he's going to play that into his favor. They know that I make somewhere from 15 to 20 million annually, and they're getting whatever it is that they're receiving. How do I incentivize them to give me more effort without technically raising their check? Oh, you give them the thought that there's a possibility that they can receive more pay by adding another show. And we see Podwise is going to be in a heavy hiatus because, let's be clear, Joe is stringing Sade along as far as a marriage is concerned. And now I'm starting to believe Ice is doing the same thing. As dumb as we make Ice seem, Ice sees what he wants and he got it. But if he ties himself down to her in that manner, that's when shit changes for Ice. We can live together because you're beautiful and I want that in-house, but I'm not going to tie myself down to you. So these Pod Wives episodes are going to take a little bit longer to come back out. I thought it was because of Jules, but I don't think that's the real reason. So I'm going to incentivize y'all with coming out with another show. Y'all give me your best foot forward. Y'all give me your best effort, because y'all don't know who's going to be on this show. There's a reason why I haven't said so-and-so is going to be on the show, so-and-so is going to be on this show, or this show is going to be about this. Joe is playing a very dangerous game, because let's hope everything I said in this video is pure speculation. But if they feel that there's any credence to this and they start acting accordingly, shit's gonna get real sour. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I have a lot of shit to get off my chest. And the way I've been approaching this content creation has been like, well, I gotta wait for something to happen on the show. We're at the point now to where if we have thoughts and it ties into the show, we can just speak on it. So I'm gonna start doing that forward. So forgive me if y'all start seeing 4 or 5 videos daily dropping. If y'all see 2 or 3 videos on the Patreon daily dropping. But I got a lot of things to get off my chest, and I got the platform to divulge all my thoughts, so we're just gonna get it off. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rocking. And if you don't, get to know, because we're gonna keep this thing moving forward. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.